Hey everybody, this is Ryan and Angela from LostInReviews.com, and this is our review of Contagion.
It's figuring us out faster than we're figuring it out.
It's mutated.
Contagion is the latest film from Steven Soderbergh, and it stars a plethora of well-known actors and actresses like Jude Law, Kate Winslet, Gwyneth Paltrow,
Lawrence Fishburne.
Matt Damon, among others, lesser known.
Everybody is in this.
They're not scared to kill them off though.
No.
Just straight up, they're gonna kill you. You Gwyneth Paltrow, you're dead. Sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not really a spoiler. That happens like the first 5 minutes.
And not to mention, nobody's safe in this movie.
Nobody is. Because this is about a airborne virus that it's kind of branching off of the fear of H1N1 from last year, I think. And what could happen, how fast a virus can spread, especially with the way that air travel is today and how fast things can go from Hong Kong to Minneapolis just over a day. And
how dangerous vaccines can be.
Yeah.
It also
and
discusses
how long
that.
it takes to actually get those made. It's frighteningly accurate is how I described it.
Yeah.
Watching the film, the progression of the virus as it goes from one person to another, it's just trying to get from host to host so it can survive because it kills off its host so fast. That's really what they're trying to get across to you, and there is a fear factor in there that they're trying, especially with winter coming up. It's important to wash your hands. It's important to not touch all the objects around you. Don't be touching your face and all this stuff. So I mean, we kind of already do that anyway because we're in the healthcare field on the side. So it was very accurate, I thought.
Yeah, it's definitely a very accurate film. It's disturbing at points.
Yeah. Especially towards the beginning.
Yeah, it reminded me of kind of like a George A. Romero film. Now, when I say that, people automatically jumps to George A. Romero being a zombie film type guy. Yeah, it does at points have a zombie feel. But George A. Romero always delves into the other side of things. Like for the Crazies, for example, and especially the Night of the Living Dead series, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. He also takes a look at the government. And that's what Contagion does, I think, best. They show kind of the behind the scenes, what people are doing, how people control if you're going to get sick or not, if you're going to get better,
and who
how
gets
the government controls
in first to get better. Or at least that's what they're trying to imply, as Jude Law is kind of the internet blogger that is sort of spreading the lies or truth, whatever it may be, about the government and how they're dealing with fishing out this this vaccine and what else, you know, home remedies might work. So he really does a big part with that.
He's the one that breaks the story that this is coming and that people are covering it up, and he tries to take it to the local newspaper, the local print, because print is dead is another subtext of the movie.
Lots of jokes on that.
But he breaks the story. He tries to get other people to talk about it. Everybody refuses to talk about it because they don't believe it's a real story because the government's not saying anything, but really the government's covering it up.
And then with the government part, you get to see Lawrence Fishburne as he works for the CDC and how they're working also with World Health Organization. And that's where Marion Cotillard comes in as her part. She comes in from Geneva, and you've got another Kate Winslet who's down on the ground trying to get samples and try to figure out. It's like every single piece is connected of what actually goes into trying to discover what this virus is, how it works, and how to kill it. And so that was kind of, to me, that was the most important part, is seeing how how important and globally important it is to work together to really be able to take care of something that is highly contagious.
Yeah, and people risk their lives.
Yeah.
I think that's what takes this movie above, say, an Outbreak. Like when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh no, we're still not being original, but we are.
Oh yeah.
And it's filmed beautifully.
It
looks
good.
Gorgeous.
The problem that I had with it though is towards the end, I'd say the later third of the film, it really kind of petered out for me. It didn't build much on after that. It just really kind of showed you the process of what all these different organizations are actually going through, and you know, when they actually make a breakthrough, what happens. So it was kind of almost like a reality-based film. It didn't have like a happy ending per se. It just showed kind of this is the progression of what happens with a virus.
Yeah.
So,
well, there's this point in the film where we're following the characters, they start shutting down cities, people start rioting, and it feels like it's going to really get going from there.
And that was scary to think of.
It just stays in reality based, and we just follow because we have to follow the entire timeline.
Right.
We're not looking at this as kind of the kind of other ways movies looks in little small spaces of time.
Yeah, through one character,
through one piece of time. We're not. That's not how Contagion is, and it looks at it in a broader
I like
scope,
that, actually.
and follows it all the way to the very end
Right.
of how they cure this
And this was
virus.
only over. It would let you know periodically, day 1, day 5. I think it only went through like 28 days or something, didn't
Yeah.
it? Before. So I mean, you're talking almost.
But
well,
I
maybe
mean,
it was a little longer.
in the end, I mean, like
It had jumped a little further.
yeah, it goes throughout the entire.
Yeah, that's right. Because the
until-
seasons changed.
Yeah,
And they do get like a virus.
and people, the community start coming back and stuff. But it does show you how just something as small as a virus can destroy the world.
Yeah. So it was kind of eye opening.
Yeah.
Because it could easily happen with the way that we work globally. So it can relate to everyone. Everyone can watch it now. It is a little gruesome in the beginning, and I was kind of hoping it would stay gruesome, but it doesn't really.
Yeah.
There's some people going, oh, during these parts of the movie, which I won't
Yeah.
spoil for you, but I really got a kick at it. But that's only in the beginning. That's really when they're trying to just discover what it is that killed this person. After that, it really just sticks to people just dropping dead like flies.
Right. I mean, we see there's a lot of dead bodies.
There is, but
None of them
they're
come
pale.
to life.
No, there's no zombie walks, but that's okay.
So let's rate this. What did you think of Contagion?
Really well made, really thought-provoking. Did kind of peter out a little bit for me, so I don't know that I'll be able to really sit down and watch it again. So I'm gonna go middle of the line, 3 out of 5, like scalpels for the brain getting cut out.
Scalpings.
Scalping, 3 out of 5 scalpings. There.
I am going to go 3 as well for the same reason that it's a good movie. I think people should see it, but I don't see it having much rewatchability.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it 3 internet bloggers out of 5. I almost went 3 snaggletooths out of 5. But
Yeah, because they gave Jude Law a weird snaggletooth, which distracted me throughout almost the entire film. I was like, why would they do that to him? But you made a good point of why it probably did that.
yeah, because he is an internet blogger, and he is a very reliable journalist. He's a very good journalist, and if he looked beautiful, he'd be on TV.
Yeah, as Jude Law does. So they had to uggo him up with one bagged tooth going on.
Yep.
Plus he was really playing up that British accent, so I guess it just fit into the stereotype a bit. But other than that, go see the movie. It was pretty fun. A lot of enjoyability there.
Yeah, definitely.
And wash your hands and carry hand sanitizer with you.
Yes. We'll see you next week, and if you can, make it out. Go see Bellflower.